Hey guys, I wanted to, sorry if the lighting's bad, the sun is shining back here. I wanted to do a quick camper van setup video because a lot of people wanted to see all of the components that I am using to set up my actual camper van currently. If you've watched my other camper van video, I'll go ahead and put the link above. That kind of shows you it's being set up. It's already all set up. But I'm going to do component by component of the camper van setup so you guys can kind of see how each piece fits and what each piece is. Sorry if the lighting's going in and out. It's my autofocus on my camera, so just bear with me. But let me show you my actual setup on the camper van. We'll start with the back kitchen side of it. I'll just show you the components. I'm not going to go over every little tool that I put in the camper van. This is just basically the setup of the actual camper van and all of its components that make it into a camper van. So y'all, this is where the refrigerator is. There's about an inch in between for ventilation. Ventilation's on the sides, and then there's a hole down here for ventilation. I put the drawers in. I have another drawer that slides in. We built this right here to house that and also to have a countertop. Now let's look at the inside part of the camper van setup. Alright y'all, I wanted to show you with both of these tubs that are actually in this dimension. Let me show you the sizes and I'll show you the dimension of the actual wood countertop. Alright y'all, this right here is my cord for my refrigerator. It plugs in right here. I wanted to show you the actual platform of the camper van so you can see we built this platform. I will show you measurements, but you can see there's a good space underneath here. And the reason being is because the floor is at an angle. So we built this at a flat level, so that's why there's this gap here, because the floor is not level. These right here are to stop the actual shifting of the milk crates, and I'll show you those real quick also. And like I said, I'll do measurements on the bed and stuff so you guys can kind of get an idea, especially if you have the same camper van or pretty close to it, that these measurements may fit for you guys. This right here, I have milk crates. So they all set up in a, let me put the camera down so you guys can kind of see. Okay guys, I'm crawling around on the floor, so bear with me. These are the milk crate setups here. And I currently have 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and then 2 in the middle. This one comes towards the front for the front middle support, and the back one is for the C shape of the dinette. Let me show you what the C shape would look like. Okay. This right here, y'all, can y'all see it? It is a C shape. I can set this up as a C-shaped dinette. I'll show you that in a minute, where I can actually just sit on here and actually relax, or I can turn this into a bed. We did it this way, so I could have both. Now, I don't ever use the C-shaped dinette, so that's a reason why I want to change it, but this is the current setup. So, this would actually go in the center. And then I'll go get the board pieces and put those on so I can show you. Alright y'all, hopefully you guys can kind of see this. I'll try to get it in a good view here. These right here are the pieces that go on the C-shaped dinette. So we have these measured out with the little boards that sit inside of the milk crate so they don't slide around. And they just simply go on there like that. And then this right here is the long one that goes in the very back for the C-shaped dinette. Bear with me, y'all. And there's the C-shaped dinette, y'all. So let me show you as I sit on it here. You guys can kind of see. Take my shoes off. Alright, so there would actually be cushions on here, but I don't have the cushions. So this is how you would sit on the dinette, y'all. As you can see, I have plenty of headroom, but I don't have the cushions on yet either. But this is how you would sit, and then I would actually have a little pop-up table that would work for eating. But I never use this. But it might come in handy for some of y'all. So, the lighting is really bad. I am sorry. Let's see if I can get it to adjust here. Okay. So you see me sitting on these right here. There'd be a little table that would hold your food and everything like that if we decided that we wanted to use this as the actual dining area. But let me show you how I convert it into a bed real quick. I'll show you guys dimensions of these in a minute. Alright y'all, I'm going to try to get you in here. There's not much space. This right here are the pieces. We've cut them in two so I can store these. If I decided to keep it as a C shape. They slide right behind that board right there in between the fridge and the kitchen area. So they're used as a backrest and they're out of the way. But these are actually the supports for the actual bed. And I actually have them marked down here in pencil, which goes where. Let me show you that. Alright y'all, I'm going to go ahead and put these on real quick. I'm just looking to make sure I got them in the correct order. Alright, let me look at this other one. I'll come right back to you. Well, let me take my shoes off and we're going to go ahead and put these on. Like I said, I'll show you the dimensions in a minute. And let's get this camera where you guys can actually see things better. There. Okay. So I'm just going to put this one on. It's the correct dimensions to slide in between. Just don't get your lights in it. It just slides right on. This one, I don't think this one's marked. I think it's the only one. Yeah. Alright. So this one just slides right on also. And, okay. And there you have it. That's your bed, y'all. If they're a little warped right now because they've been standing upright in the shed, but they'll go back down being in the camper van. Sorry, I'm out of breath. And then I just put my cushions on, and I'll show you that process real quick. And then I will show you actually dimensions. Whoops, and I didn't put this underneath. This is the middle support for the thing. I don't know if you can see that or not. So it doesn't bow down. Let me get the cushions, I'll show you that real quick. Alright y'all, I've got the cushions in here. I shut the door because I have nosy neighbors and everybody wants to know all your business. But anyway, let me show you how the cushions work real quick, okay? Alright y'all, I have a series of cushions here. They were all made for this specifically. And we're going to go ahead and put those on. I'm going to try to get it where you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I have this really long one. This is for the bench part that's back here. And what we did is we bought a full size, I believe it was, a full size mattress, foam mattress, and we used a electric turkey carving knife and cut them to the dimensions because I needed everything to be in pieces to work for my sea bench and to make it portable and easy for me to take out of the camper van when I wanted to turn it back into a minivan. So, and then you have these small pieces that are part of the C-shaped dinette. I'm setting it up as the C-shape right now. And they're all just covered with some material that you can take off and wash if need be. And that's the C-shape that's actually currently on there right now. So you guys can see that those would be the C-shape cushions. And then I have the center cushion also. And then I just put a sheet over it. A full-size sheet is a little big, and a twin size is a bit snug. But I just do ahead with either or, depending on what I have available at the time. So that right there, y'all, is the actual bed. Let me show you closer. All right, y'all, let's see if I can get you to see this here. This is the bed setup. I think you can see here. So that's the actual setup of the bed and the refrigerator, kitchen area in the back. Up here I do my composting toilet and whatever else. All of those underneath there I put stuff in for storage, but because these are so hard to get to, you've got to take the bed apart. I'm going to be changing my design, but this is my current design currently, y'all. And let me go get the actual measuring tape so I can show you the dimensions. Alright, y'all, let's work on the dimensions real quick. I've got the door shut again because I've got the nosy neighbors. So I'm going to measure the width of this actual bed frame right here. Let me show you. Alright, y'all. So the actual width is 4 foot, basically. 48 inches. And the depth, let's do the depth real quick. Alright, y'all. Let's see if I can do the depth here. Yeah, I can. Alright. This is the depth of the bed. This is only the bed frame. The depth of the bed frame is 41 inches. And if you decide to do the milk crate theory, you guys can pretty much know what dimensions you're going to need for that by just getting the milk crate and measuring it and doing that also. Now let me do the actual dimensions of the kitchen back there so you guys can kind of see. Sorry, I'm on the floor. I'll do the actual dimensions of the kitchen so you can kind of get an idea. Oh, one other thing. Somebody wanted to know the height. Now, this right here is, hold on. Alright, you can see that. Sorry guys, I gotta show on the tripod. The height is 3 inches. Okay? For that. Now, I'll measure the height for the rest of the distance. Sorry y'all, it's hard to film in such a small little space, but I'm trying to help you guys out for those that had questions on the camper van build. So you guys can kind of see what the actual dimensions is. So from the floor of the plywood, so that was 3 inches. From here to here, from the floor of the van to the top of this plywood was 3 inches. So from the top of the plywood to the piece of plywood that goes underneath is 11.5 inches. So it's 11.5 inches, and that gives me headspace. Now, it depends on how high you are. You're going to have to test it. You can take a milk crate and measure how high those are. That's kind of what we went off of to make sure it was going to work. But that's kind of what the height is from here to here. It's the 11.5, and then it was the 3 inches on the base part in the front. It's going to be different in the back because the floor is angled. And I'll let you figure that part out because I'm not going to tear it all back apart just to measure that. But that gives you an idea of the dimensions of the actual bed itself. So you can kind of get an idea what to build. So it's 4 feet wide for those 4 feet wide in between the actual hubs because the hubs bump out. And I am actually short enough to fit side to side because I'm only 5'2". But so it was 4 foot wide, and I can't remember. I think 41, something like that. Whatever it said earlier on the depth. So it gives you an idea of what the actual bed size is. Now let's measure the kitchen real quick, and that will be the end. Okay guys, let's measure the kitchen real quick. So this right here is the actual thing that's got the plastic totes in it. This is my countertop, my cooking top, and this measures 26 inches. Width, depth is 14, actual kitchen setup. Now we made this according to the actual refrigerator. So that might get changed because I'm going to get a new refrigerator also. Because I don't like this refrigerator because it's not a compressor. It's just a 12 volt cooler. So that gives you an idea of the actual dimensions, y'all. So that will conclude the camper van setup. And if you have any other questions, feel free to put them below. But that should give you a quick idea of the actual camper van and how we have set it up. And there you are, y'all. The camper van setup. And remember, y'all, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you get notifications of when I upload. And remember, y'all, to live a simple, happy, healthy, tiny life. Hope you enjoyed the video. One quick note, guys. On the camper van, you've seen that all the parts are movable and interchangeable. Nothing is locked down. And that is so I can make it portable. But I do lock those down when I actually drive. I take ratcheting straps and I ratchet everything down to the hooks that are in the floor for the seats. So if that helps, that's how I do things. But I made it portable so I can use the minivan as a minivan at any point in time, or I can turn it into a camper van. So make sure you check out my other video that I put above, and that's all I got.